Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel, I hope. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette. 8 signs Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple NYC move won't happen. Will Joan move to Kansas? Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple talked about moving to NYC after getting engaged on The Golden Bachelorette. But there are signs the move will never happen. Living arrangements have been an issue for 61-year-old Joan and 60-year-old Chock, who live over 1,000 miles away from each other. Joan, a private school administrator, lives in Maryland, while Chock, an insurance executive and business owner, lives in Kansas. When they got engaged, they were upfront about not to sell their respective homes. They intended to travel back and forth between Maryland and Kansas to be together. No one could blame Joan and Chock for not wanting to uproot their lives for a person they just met on a reality show, but a long-distance relationship may not be a sustainable arrangement. After getting engaged on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock decided they wouldn't sell either of their homes, and they'd look for a second home together. Since they both wanted to live in New York City, they started to explore real estate there. Since then, it seems less likely Joan and Chock's dream of an NYC apartment will come true. It probably seemed like a good idea at the time. However, reality set in, and it's becoming clear it might not be an option anymore. Though Joan and Chock appear to be very happy together, there are signs Joan and Chock aren't headed for the Big Apple. Joan and Chock had both always dreamed of living in a big city. When the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 couple learned they both had NYC dreams, they decided it would be a great idea to get a place there. The plan was to keep their homes and meet up in the city, where their children could come well. After going public with their relationship, Joan and Chock spent a lot of time in the city and posted photos all the time. In November 2024, Joan and Chock posted an NYC apartment update on Instagram. In the clip, they talk about looking at apartments but not finding one they like. They said their real estate agent was going to continue looking for a place for them. Chock even said they expected to be in a place by the end of 2024. Not only did that not happen, but Joan and Chock haven't mentioned the apartment much since that November post. The NYC Big Apple dream may be dead. Joan made her television debut as a contestant on The Golden Bachelor Season 1 but was cast as The Golden Bachelorette when she had to leave the show early due to a family emergency. Long before that, Joan was a happily married woman. She was married to her best friend, Joan Vassos, and they had 4 children together. In 2021, Joan was diagnosed with cancer, and he passed away, leaving Joan a widow. Joan was devastated by the loss. Like Joan, Chock lost a great love. He was engaged to Catherine Gorey for 9 years until she died in 2022. It hasn't been very long since Chock and Joan lost their significant others, and they may not be ready to share a space yet. They seem so happy since leaving The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, so there's no need to rush into a massive change like moving to a big city with a new partner. Joan and Chock have been going back and forth between Kansas and Maryland to be together while also spending time in New York and Los Angeles. They spent Thanksgiving at Joan's house in Kansas, then celebrated Christmas at Chock's house in Kansas. Recently, Chock posted Instagram photos of him and Joan hanging out in Kansas. Though they've said they intend to find a place together in New York, Joan looks like she had a great time in the Sunflower State. Chock owns his own business in Kansas, so it would be difficult for him to move. Joan's job as a private school administrator would be easier to transfer to a new state. Besides, Joan's career as a public figure has been taking off since The Golden Bachelorette and could transition out of education. She's been steadily increasing her social media presence. She has 182K followers on Instagram as of January 2025, while Chock has 77K followers. Since leaving The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock are enjoying their long-distance relationship. Though it may seem like a long-distance relationship can't work, Joan and Chock appear to be having fun with it. They both get to spend time showing each other around their respective states, while spending time with each other's family and friends. On top of that, they get to travel more often. They posted photos of their various Golden Bachelorette Disneyland adventures. If Joan and Chock got a place in New York, they'd have to vacation there all the time, instead of mixing it up. It's possible the couple realized they were having fun enjoying their jet-setting lifestyle. Once they get tired of going back and forth, they can start talking about moving to New York. Joan hasn't posted about New York since the November apartment update they posted to Instagram. While neither of the Golden Bachelorette alums have posted about the Big Apple, they've been posting about plenty of other adventures. Since leaving the show, they've grown their social media followings. They've been open about the challenges of starting a relationship later in life, and people have been really interested in watching Joan and Chock work through it. Joan and Chock represent the hope of second chances, so it's understandable they have a lot of people rooting for them. The Golden Bachelor Season 1 couple could easily parlay their budding relationship into careers as public figures. Joan has even expressed interest in appearing on Dancing with the Stars. After the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 finale, Joan and Chock focused on spending as much time together as possible and finding ways to integrate into each other's lives. They're both very family-oriented people, so it was important for them to have all their children support their relationship. Joan and Chock were determined to blend their families, but things didn't go as smoothly as they hoped. Joan recently made some comments suggesting they're dealing with family drama. Joan posted a clip on Instagram of her and Chock discussing their relationship. During the clip, they talk about the good parts of their relationship, but they also talk about their challenges. When Joan talks about family, she admits bringing their families together has been a little harder right now. It could be one reason they won't move to New York. During their November 2024 NYC apartment update, Joan and Chock talked about their exhaustive search for an apartment. They discussed looking at apartments on the Upper East Side, the Upper West Side, and several other parts of the city, settling on finding a place in Soho. Though their real estate agent showed them several places, they hadn't found the right one yet. Maybe the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 couple got discouraged by the search. Finding an apartment in Manhattan can be a full-time job, even with the help of a good real estate agent. Not to mention, the apartments in NYC are expensive and tiny. Joan and Chock are homeowners who are accustomed to much bigger homes, so they're probably struggling to find a place. Joan and Chock have seemed blissfully happy since getting engaged on the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, and they may want to get married before moving in together. Unlike the first Golden Bachelor couple, 72-year-old Jerry Turner and 70-year-old Theresa Nist, they got married just a few weeks after going public with their relationship and announced their divorce only 3 months later. So far, Joan and Chock appear to be taking their relationship much more slowly than Jerry and Theresa ever did. Being so thoughtful about their relationship is a good sign that they'll get their happy ending. They may be waiting to move to New York until after the next Golden Bachelor wedding.